you ever noticed how rain makes certain places come alive? Streets reflect the lights, trees whisper differently. But there's one place in my city that only exists when it rains. They call it the Library of Storms. It has no address, no doors when the sun is out. But when the clouds break open, it appears. I know because I've been inside, and I wish I never found it. It started a few months ago. I was walking home from work during a heavy downpour. One of those storms that turns the world into a blur. My umbrella snapped in the wind, so I ducked into an alley I'd never noticed before. That's when I saw it. An old stone building with flickering lights inside, tall arched windows, carved gargoyles, a wooden sign that read, "Public Library, open during rainfall only." I laughed at first, thinking it was some kind of art installation, but as lightning flashed, I saw silhouettes moving inside. Readers, dozens of them, completely silent. The heavy doors creaked open on their own. Warm air drifted out, mixed with the scent of old books and damp earth. Inside it looked ancient. Rows upon rows of shelves stretched into darkness, the kind you'd need a flashlight to see the end of. A librarian stood at the desk, her hair silver, her eyes pale like fog. She didn't speak. She just handed me a single slip of paper. On it was a name, my full name, and underneath, a date, one I didn't recognize. I asked what it meant, but she only said, "You're late returning your book." I laughed nervously, told her she must have me confused with someone else. She didn't respond, just pointed to a staircase leading down into the basement. The steps creaked with every move that the air grew colder. At the bottom was a single shelf, filled with books that had no titles, just names. Each spine was labeled with a person's name, written neatly in black ink. I ran my fingers along them until I froze. I pulled it off the shelf. It was warm that the pages were blank. But as I turned them, words began to appear, handwriting forming right before my eyes. It was describing me, every step I had taken, every word I said, even the thoughts I was having in that exact moment. I dropped the book and ran upstairs. The librarian was waiting, holding an umbrella, but it wasn't open. "You can't leave until the rain stops," she said. I looked outside. The storm was only getting worse. "What is this place?" I shouted. Her lips curled into a faint smile. "Every storm washes memories from the world," she whispered. "We keep them in books so the forgotten can still be remembered." "Then what's mine doing here?" I asked. Her expression darkened. "Because you were forgotten once too. You returned." I ran for the doors, but the library was changing. The shelves grew taller, hallways twisted, and whispers filled every corridor, whispering my name in dozens of different voices. The storm outside reached its peak. That lightning flashed, illuminating the windows. Through the glass, I could see reflections of people reading, but they weren't real. Their faces were pale, waterlogged, their eyes hollow. They were the readers I'd seen earlier. They weren't reading. They were being read. Their stories, their lives, written and replayed forever. I found my book again on a nearby table, flipped to the last page. It said, "The rain will end, and so will he." I looked up, and the librarian was gone. The doors burst open, and I stumbled outside into the cold air. The rain stopped. When I turned around, the building was gone. Just a blank alleyway. But that night, as I dried off and checked my coat pocket, there was a library card. my name printed neatly across it, and beneath it, the same date I'd seen earlier, tomorrow's date. They say the library appears whenever someone is about to be forgotten. Maybe that's why you're hearing this story. Maybe you saw it once and just don't remember. But next time it rains, listen carefully, because if you hear pages turning, it's already too late.